What's up you guys? Charlie here from MAPerformance, and today we're gonna be going into a discussion about our top 5 best-selling catback exhausts for the Nissan 350z, also known as the Z33, the Fair Lady, or simply, as some of you know it, Zed. Now this car has been known as a driver's car due to its perfect weight distribution and the rather torquey VQ35 motor that's powering the rear wheels. It has been seen throughout almost every type of modern racing, and with seeing comes hearing, and I tell you what, if there's one thing I cannot stand, so please, let us guide you straight pipe 350z boys and girls into a higher quality exhaust that will not only make your driving experience better, but it will also soothe the ears of every enthusiast around you. Now, one thing that a lot of people may not actually know is that an exhaust works as sort of a horsepower multiplier. And so with that being said, the question, how much horsepower will this exhaust add to my car, is one of the most common questions that the guys who answer our phones here at MAPerformance get asked. And this holds true for almost any platform. If your car is pushing close to factory horsepower numbers, you could expect a 5 to 10 horsepower range increase. Now, if you are doubling the numbers from factory on your car in terms of the amount of horsepower that you're putting out, you would obviously expect to see significantly more power. Now, with the exhaust we're going to mention, we're not mentioning these in any specific order, so make sure you stick around to the end because, in my opinion, they all sound pretty good and they might be the perfect exhaust for you. So with that thing all considered, let's jump into number 1. All right, you guys, number 1 on the list is the Tomei Expreme titanium catback exhaust. Now, this one's coming in at a weight of only 10 pounds. Of course, it's made out of titanium, as we would expect, given the name, and the price is coming in at $981. Key takeaways for me on this exhaust is that this is a super lightweight, performance-based exhaust that'll help you defeat that VQ rasp and give your car an overall wake-up. Now, the pros and cons overall are gonna be, 1, it has a great sound. 2, it's obviously lightweight as and 3, it's got an amazing look. It comes with those burnt blue tips that everybody in the 350z market has come to love. Now, the only con is that some people's feedback is that it's way too loud, but let's jump in and hear how it sounds. This sounds really good. I mean, like, these engines, in my opinion, sound like, I like how 350z's characteristically sound, so. Yeah, I mean, it lives up to the hype that you would expect. It sounds like a Tomei exhaust, and this obviously emphasizes the VQ35 engine sounds that it naturally makes. Yeah, I think this one sounds absolutely phenomenal. Oh, let's go, let's go! All right, you guys, so number 2 on the list is gonna be the Invidia Gemini catback with the titanium tips. Now, this one here, obviously it is made out of a stainless steel piping. Again, the tips, it seems to be titanium, but the price is $995, very similar to the last one. Now, the takeaways on this is that it's everything that you would actually come to expect from Invidia. Now, it is one of the most popular exhausts on the market, really, for this, and it's a great volume for the daily driver with a great tone, but it obviously sounds a little bit more when you get into it. Pros and cons of this are going to overall be that it has, at least in my opinion, an amazing exhaust note. It has 3 different tip options, being stainless steel, rolled titanium, or a slash cut tip. And the 2006 year, it's been proven to gain about 20 horsepower just from the catback, so pretty cool there. The last thing is that it is possibly a bit too quiet. So again, you're battling either way too loud or way too quiet. But anyways, let's jump in and see how it sounds. So when they're really driving, I'll be honest, this one and the Tomei exhaust sound very similar in my opinion, at least from the perspectives that I'm getting here. Let's see, when he gives it a little gas to downshift. It sounds very nice. Again, in my opinion, Invidia is just one of those brands where, you know, if you put an Invidia Catback on your car, it's just gonna sound pretty good. It sounds great in my opinion, so definitely a great catback for the car. Again, I think it has that amazing exhaust note that you're looking for. Again, it amplifies that VQ35 sound, and that's really what we're looking to do here. So yeah, I'd say that one sounds pretty good. All right, you guys, next one on the list is the Injen dual 60mm stainless steel catback with resonated X pipe. Now, this one obviously is also made of a 304 stainless steel with the price of $1494.87. A little bit more expensive. Now, for me, the takeaways on this one are that the exhaust is obviously a bit higher price than most, but it also has a different sound than the other exhausts on our list, so it may warrant the price. Now, the true dual exhaust has been around for years and is a bit on the expensive side in terms of our current list. So anyways, let's jump into the overall pros and cons. Now, for one, the dual exhaust, in my opinion, looks phenomenal. Two, again, I believe it has a pretty distinct sound and it looks great with those burnt blue tips that look great on 350Zs. Now, the feedback is that it has a little bit of a higher pitched tone and it might not be the one for everybody. The price is a little bit high in comparison. Obviously, we're looking at some other exhausts that are just shy of $1,000 and this one's coming in at about $1,500. So does the price and the uniqueness of the sound warrant the higher cost? I don't know, let's jump in and find out. So this one sounds a little bit more of like a lower tone than the other ones in my opinion. Until the guy gets on it. Once the guy gets on the gas and you're getting it up into that higher RPM range, it does have a little bit of a different characteristic to it. Now, next one on the list is a Tanabe Touring Medallion Catback, or as some have come to know them recently as Revel tuning. The weight's coming in at 25.5 pounds, made of a 304 stainless steel material, and this one is coming in at a price of $845. Now, the key takeaways, as Dustin Williams, my friend, likes to say it, this one is a gentleman's exhaust.
It's like the perfect noise level. It's not terrible, but it's also just like I said, it's a gentleman's exhaust. It sounds perfect, dude. On startup, it's not like overly loud at cold start, but once you start getting to the higher RPMs, it starts sounding really, really nice.
The pros and cons are that this has built with overall a really great quality. The sound is very tasteful. It may even be considered dailyable. Now, other than that, the stainless obviously looks great, so it has a good quality there. It's got the awesome Tanabe branding stamped into it, and it just looks like a phenomenal catback. The only real cons that we've seen from some people is that they think it is a little bit quieter in comparison to some of the other exhausts that are on the market. So again, if you're looking for something that isn't quite so quiet, then this may not be the one for you. But again, me and apparently Dustin also likes to refer to it as the gentleman's exhaust. We actually hooked him up with one on his giveaway car for his 350Z that he recently gave away. Let's jump in and see if this thing sounds just like the people said it does. It's not super loud. Giving it a little gas, it sounds good. Up into the higher RPM ranges, you can really hear the VQ motor.
Sounds good.
It's like when you would be just casually driving around, it's not something that's going to be annoying. Very throaty. That's the way I would describe it. It's very, very throaty. Yeah, it's got an amazing tone. Honestly, for me, I would probably buy this one.
That sounds awesome. That sounds so good, dude.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Wow.
All right, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into the fifth and final exhaust. This one is the Agency Power Titanium Catback. This is the loud one if you ask me. So this one is made out of 304 stainless steel with a titanium tip. This one is at the $850 price range. And the main takeaways for me are that this exhaust is by far the loudest one on the list with a crispy grumble. Now this exhaust has a 4.5-inch titanium tip with a full 3-inch stainless piping to give your 350Z a nice full tone. Now, pros and cons on this one, in my opinion, are gonna be one, that it has a great looking tip. You know what I'm saying? It's got great build quality and it has no rasp and it has an amazing cold start sound in my opinion. Now the cons are gonna be that, you know, some people do say that it is way too freaking loud. So we're gonna jump in and see how it sounds. We'll see if it's gonna blow out the mics on this one. This one sounds very, very different from the other ones. Obviously it's super, super loud, but in my opinion, it also just has a little bit of a different like tone to it overall, where the other ones sound a little bit more like throaty, or they sound a little bit more higher pitched, whereas this one sounds a little bit lower, but it may just also be that it sounds that way because it's super, super loud. I mean, reportedly the forum threads all say, if you don't own earbuds, don't buy this exhaust, so that makes sense that it sounds incredibly loud. When the guy launches it, it sounds really cool. All right, you guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for the end of our top 5 exhaust video. If you guys were interested in any of these, make sure you check out the links down below where you can get a link straight to our site, MAPerformance.com, home of the MAP guarantee, where we can get you these exhausts for the best price guaranteed. We'll even price match up to 30 days after the sale. Otherwise, if you enjoy this type of content, give us a big old thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on that little bell notification if you're interested in watching the rest of the videos that we put out and you don't wanna miss a single one. Otherwise, guys, we'll see you in the next one. That's gonna be it for today. I'm going home. Peace.